Step 10 Shock Absorber Number 9. My shock absorber is properly mounted and secured on both ends with nuts and bolts. It's not cracked, damaged, or leaking and is in good condition. Step 11 Leaf Spring Mount or Leaf Spring Hanger. My leaf spring mount, or leaf spring hanger. I have one in the front and one in the rear. They are properly mounted and secured to my frame with no missing nuts or bolts. The bushing inside is not worn and is in good condition. Step 12 Leaf Spring. My leaf springs are straight, not bent, not shifted, has no illegal repairs, and is properly mounted and secured with U-bolts, spacers, and nuts to my front axle. Step 13 tie rod. My tie rod is straight, it's not bent, not cracked, has no illegal repairs and is properly mounted and secured with castle nuts and cotter pins. Step 14 Brake Chamber. My brake chamber is also properly mounted and secured with nuts and bolts. It's not dented, not broken or cracked. I see or hear no leaks. My brake chamber hose is in the back and is properly mounted and secured on both ends and is not cracked, damaged or broken, and I see or hear no leaks. Slack adjuster pushrod is properly mounted and secured with pins and cotter keys. Step 15 and has 1 inch of play with the brakes released. My brake drums are properly mounted and secured. It's not cracked or damaged. It's free of debris or contamination such as dust or grease. Step 16 brake linings. My brake linings are not dangerously worn thin. It has at least a 1/4 inch of brake material. Step 17 tire. My tire is evenly worn and evenly grooved. This tire, front, cannot be mismatched or recapped. My tire is 4/32 depth tread. I check that with a depth gauge. My tires are also 100 psi. The inside and outside of my tire has no cuts, no bubbles, and no abrasions. My tire sits on my rim with no gap. Step 18 rim. My rim is not bent, not cracked, and has no illegal repairs. It's properly mounted and secured with all my lug nuts which are present. My lug nuts have no shiny threads and no rust trails indicating looseness.